Life cycle methods of JSP. So already in the previous video we have seen the total life cycle of a JSP. So total two phases are there in the life cycle of JSP. They are translation phase and the request processing phase. So in the translation phase, a JSP program is converted into servlet, that is .java, then .java is converted into .glass. So the second phase is what? Request processing phase. So in this request processing phase, what is happening? .class file will be loaded into main memory, and for servlet for the servlet program, instance will be created, that is object is created. Next, our JSP lifecycle methods are going to be invoked one after the other. So first lifecycle method is JSP init method. So in this diagram you can see, okay, at runtime first JSP init method is going to be invoked. And what is the purpose of this JSP init method? Any initialization. Suppose if you want to establish any database connection, or if you want to open any file, if you want to open any file or any other thing, initially if you want to give some username, password, like that, okay, you can perform any initialization task, you can put in this JSP init method. Okay, next, after initialization, the next one is what? Okay, underscore JSP service method is the second one. So this JSP service method, it is going to start once a request comes, and it is going to end once the response get ready. So here what we are going to put in this underscore JSP service, the main logic, that is the main business logic we are going to put in this underscore JSP service method, and it has two parameters. Underscore JSP service method we are going to see. Next, after that, once the response is given back to the client, to the browser window, then as the work of the JSP is completed, next at the end, to destroy this JSP program, okay, it is going to execute the third lifecycle method, that is JSP destroy method. Okay, JSP destroy method, it has no parameters and it is going to execute during shutdown time. So these are the three important lifecycle methods. Now here below, the complete signature is given in detail. Okay, public void, public is access specifier and void is a return type, and the method name is JSP init. JSP init. Next, here I am going to put any initialization code, establishing the database connection or opening some file, or for some variables initializing some values like giving some username and giving some password, okay, or some background color, foreground color to our browser window, like that. Any type of initialization code we can put it. Next, the second, the complete signature of this service method is public void underscore JSP service, S is capital, and this underscore JSP service method, it has two parameters. They are HTTP servlet request, that is request object, and next HTTP servlet response interface name and its response object. So request and response, this service method is going to start with request object and it is going to end with once the response object is ready. So here in the underscore JSP service method, we are going to put business logic, the same thing what I have explained, just here in detail the complete signature is given. Next, after that, as a task is completed, at the end it is going to execute this public void JSP destroy method, and it has no parameters. And here in JSP destroy method, any shutdown logic or any cleanup code. Cleanup code is what? In init method, what we have done, suppose database connection we have opened before executing our business logic. At the end, after completing our task or after completing this business logic, our work is to release the database connection. Same way, suppose if you have opened some file in JSP init method, then it is our responsibility to close that file in JSP destroy method. Okay, like that. Any relinquishing resources are nothing but database or file, or it's some other, it can be some other thing. So any relinquishing code or releasing code or cleanup code can be kept in this JSP destroy method. So these are the three important JSP lifecycle methods. And who is going to execute? Very important thing here, who is going to execute this lifecycle methods? Browser or container or web application. Who is going to execute? Container is going to execute. What is the name of container in Tomcat? JSP container name is what? Jasper. Okay, Jasper is the JSP container name. Okay, in which web server? Tomcat. In Tomcat, the container name is what? Jasper. Okay, so that Jasper is going to execute our JSP code, that is init, JSP init method, underscore JSP service method, and JSP destroy method. All the three JSP lifecycle methods are going to be executed by JSP container, that is Jasper is its name in Tomcat web server. Thank you.